Right, okay, are we ready? Let's do our setup then, first of all, shall we? So we're going to start with the feet together, and then we're going to fan the heels and then the toes. The knees are nice and soft. We're standing up nice and tall. So feel yourself being lengthened up through the spine now. You've got this thread coming out the top of your head, which is lengthening you up towards the ceiling. So you're standing up as tall as you possibly can. Feel the shoulders just starting to sink down away from the ears. Collarbones are nice and wide at the front, keeping that chest nice and open. Okay, let's practice our breathing then, shall we? So we're going to bring the hands onto the bottom of the ribs. Let's take a nice deep breath in through the nose and then out through the mouth. And again, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. So as you take that deep breath in, feel that rib cage expanding under the hands. And then feel it closing down again as you breathe out. Wonderful. We're going to bring the hands onto the hips. Soften into the knees a little bit. And then just gently tilt the pelvis backwards and forwards. Just arching and flattening that lower back, just warming up that spine a little bit. And then we're going to bring ourselves into that neutral position, just finishing with that slight curve in the lower part of the back. And you can rest those arms down. Wonderful. So you put the belt straight up to the third notch, so take a nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, you're going to draw in those abdominals, tighten that belt. Keep that belt on there now as we do our warm-up. I think we'll start with a little body swing today, shall we? So we're going to bring the arms up in front. From here, you're going to bend the knees, swing the arms down to the floor, and then swing them all the way back up. And again, we swing down and back up. And again, swing down and back up. So just a little bend into the knees is fine while we're warming those legs up. Here we go. One more time. Swing down. And then from here, we'll take the arms all the way up to the ceiling. We'll float them down. Nice big circle. We'll do that again. So we'll turn the arms all the way up to the top. And then we'll circle them all the way down. Okay, we'll take them up again. This time we'll float them down and we'll leave them out to the side, shall we? Now make sure the knees are nice and soft. I want you to reach with your left hand. Reach with your left hand as far as you can over to the side and then come back to center. And then reach the other way. So you reach with your right hand. So we get that nice lean through the body. Okay, but the lower half of the body is staying completely still. That's it. Wonderful. Here we go. A couple more. Reach and release. Last one. Reach and release. Relax the arms down. Big shoulder circles this time. We'll roll those shoulders round, sending those shoulders all the way up to the ears. That's it. And then we'll relax them down. So imagine you're in the swimming pool on your back doing backstroke. Left arm, we're going to send it up and over. Nice big circle all the way around. And then the right arm goes up and over all the way around. So on this one, keep the body as still as you can. We just want the arms moving. That's it. Wonderful. Wonderful. We'll relax the arms there. We'll go down to the legs, warm them up a little bit more, shall we? Knee bends without arm floats. So here we go. We breathe out, down to the legs, float the arms, and stand up tall. And again, we go down and stand tall. And again, go down and stand tall. That's it. Wonderful. So you can still just do a little bend into the knees, okay, because we haven't done much warming up for the legs yet, so don't need to go down too deeply. That's it. Wonderful. Couple more. Here we go. Breathing out. We go down and stand tall. Last one. We go down and stand up tall. Okay. The belt's on. You're still being lengthened up. Let's come down to the feet and ankles. So what I want you to do this time, some heel lifts. You're going to lift your left heel out of the mat, push right up onto the ball of the foot, and then lower the heel down. Then lift the right heel up and lower it down. Lift the left heel up and lower it down. That's it. Wonderful. Now, as I'm watching you all now, okay, what I want to say is the upper part of the body completely still, okay? So if I could only see you from the waist up, I wouldn't be able to see anything moving. The idea on this exercise is all the movement is happening from the waist down and nothing is happening from the waist up. That's it. Wonderful. That looks fantastic. Wonderful. Should we go a bit quicker? So as one heel lowers, we'll lift the other heel up, then we'll switch, and we'll switch, and we'll switch, and we'll get the arms swinging a little bit as well. That's it. Still standing up nice and tall. Wonderful. Okay, rest the feet there. Big arm circle. Here we go. The arms go up and we circle them down. We're going to do another body swing. We're going to start with the arms to the ceiling this time. So you bend into the knees. You swing the arms down to the floor and all the way back up. And again, swing down to the floor and all the way back up. One more time. Swing down and then come all the way back up. Wonderful. Time for a roll down. Okay. Make sure the belt's on well. Keep the knees a little soft. Let's take a breath in and nod the head. And as you breathe out, we're going to start rolling down to the floor. So roll down as far as you can go. Nice deep breath in at the bottom. And then breathing out, we're going to roll all the way back up to the top again, standing up nice and tall. Off we go again. So as you roll down, just let the arms hang in front of you. So don't slide the hands down the legs. You just want them to hang there. Go down as far as you can again. Nice deep breath in at the bottom. And then breathing out. We'll come all the way back up. Ready to come onto the mat? Here we go. We're going to roll all the way to the mat this time. So rolling down again. Bending into the knees more, so you can get your hands down on the mat this time. Let's come into sitting. Okay, shall we start with a little bit of side lying? So you're going to need your supports, okay, so your yoga blocks if you've got them like I have, or a cushion, okay, and we're going to set ourselves up in our usual side lying position. Okay, so we've got knees bent, feet in line with the spine. Okay, and let's just focus on our setup for a minute, shall we, before we get into our first exercise. So when you come into side lying, okay, let's think about the shoulders for a second. This shoulder that you're lying on, it's really important that you keep both shoulders down, especially the one that you're lying on. So what you want to do is you want to have your head nicely supported with sort of some space underneath the neck. You've got the space there because you've drawn the shoulders down. That's ideally where we want to be, okay? Now, we're going to put the belt on, but I want to make sure that you're sort of not letting your waist relax into the mat too much. We want to try and create some lift out of the mat, okay, through the waist. So to put that belt on today, what I want you to do is to take one hand and put it on your top hip. And what you're going to do is you're going to physically push that top hip away, and you're going to lengthen out through the top of the body here. And as you do that, you're going to put the belt on at the same time. So let's have a little go. We're going to take a breath in to prepare. And as you breathe out, you're going to push that top hip away. You're going to tighten that belt, draw in those abdominals, okay, and then hold that position. So you should feel that you've lengthened out now through the top here. There's more length here between the ribs and the hips. And you might get that sense of lifting the waist out of the mat. And that puts us in a really nice position. And the only thing is you want to try and stay in that position now while we do these exercises, okay? So let's do a little bit of hip strengthening, shall we? So the arms are out in front. We're going to float the feet and we're going to do our clam. So we're going to take a breath in to prepare. And as you breathe out, we're going to open out the knee and then breathe in to close. And again, breathe out, open out the knee and breathe in to close. Here we go again. So we open and close. Let's open and close. That's it. Now, what I want you to do is give your feet a little squeeze together. Give the feet a little squeeze. That's it. But keep them at nicely lifted. Just a couple of inches is fine. You don't need to lift them too high. That's it. How are we doing? Can we do 3 more? Here we go. So we open and close. Squeeze the feet and close. Last one. We open and close. Keep the feet hovering, open out the knee again. We're going to do some little pulses. You're going to pulse that knee up to the ceiling. So we're going to go pulse, 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 pulse. That's it. Oh, and you're really going to feel it working in those hips. Pulse, 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 pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll bring the feet down, legs together, and I think we'll bring that top leg up into our rest position for a second, shall we? Well, you can really feel that one, can't you? Okay, we're going to do a little bit more on the hips, okay? So what we'll do this time is we'll bring the legs together and we'll push ourselves up. I want to add in a little bit of upper body work as well, okay? So, onto the forearm this time. You've got elbow under shoulder, knees are bent, the feet are still in line with the spine. Get your free hand. And again, we want that nice lift out of the mat. So if you breathe out, I want you to put the belt on again and feel like you're lifting those ribs away from the mat, okay? We don't want to collapse into the mat. We've got to be nicely lifted, okay? The arm goes out. We're going to do our hip lift and we're going to send the arm over the top. You don't have to lift the hips on this one. You can stay down and you can just do the arm if you want to, okay? Here we go. We're going to take a breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, you lift the hips up. You reach the arm over the top and then you come all the way back down. And again, breathing out, lift and reach. Wonderful. Now, you want to feel nice and strong in the body on this one, particularly in the upper body. So you've got to think about keeping those shoulder blades down really well the whole time. Feel those shoulder blades sliding down your back. That's it. Here we go. Can we do another 2? Here we go. Last one. Wonderful. That's it. Okay, I'll let you have a little breather. So you can come up to sitting for a second if you want to. You can give those shoulders a little roll. Okay, we'll do another one, okay? Now, again, this is one where you don't have to lift the hips. You can stay down on the mat if you want to. We're going to do our clam, so you can stay in this position and do it, or, which I hope most of you are going to do, you're going to lift the hips and we're going to do the clam from there, okay? So decide which level you want to work at. Your free hand is on the hips. The belt is on. Here we go. We're going to breathe out. We're going to lift the hips up and hold it there as we open and close. And again, we open and close. Breathing out, breathing in. Now, if you feel you need to come down part way through, that's perfectly okay. You don't have to stay up. We're going to do another 3. 2 more. Last one. And then we'll come down. Wonderful. Push yourself up again. Give the shoulders another little roll. 1 more. Let's put the 2 together. Okay, so we're just going to get some more movement into it this time. So just have a little look. This is what we're going to do. We're going to go straight up into our hip lift, and we're going to open out the knee into the clam, and then come back down. Okay, so it's a lift and into the clam. Are we ready? Take a breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, we're going to lift and open the knee, and down, and again lift and open, and down, and again lift and open. Now, if you don't want to do the lift, again, stay on the mat and just do the clam. That is perfectly okay. If you want to rest and come all the way down onto the mat, you can do the very first clam that we did. Seem to be doing quite a lot of these this morning. Here we go. We'll make this our last one, shall we? And we'll come down. Wonderful. Push yourself up. Give those shoulders a little roll. I think we better have a little breather for a second, haven't we, before we do the other side. Should we sit on something? Well, you can if you want to. It's optional. Okay, I'm just going to come into sitting for a second. If you're more comfortable sitting on something, then use your sitting box or a cushion or some folded towels, or just come into sitting like this for a second. So we'll have the legs together, sitting up nice and tall. Oh, I think we might do some rotation to start with, actually. So you're sitting right up on the sitting bones, lengthening up through the spine. belt is on. Okay, cross the arms. So you want your arms just a touch lower than your shoulders. We're going to rotate round to the left. So as you breathe out, we're going to rotate round to the left. And then breathe in as you come back to center. And again, we breathe out, we rotate round to the right. And come back to center. That's it. And again, here we go. Breathing out, rotate around. And come back to center. Wonderful. And again, round to the side. That's looking good. A couple more. Here we go. Breathing out. And breathing in. Last one. Breathing out. And breathing in. Fabulous. Hands down by the side of you. We'll have a little stretch this time. So we're going to take one arm up and over the top. Nice big stretch, and then bring it all the way down. Then the other arm goes up and over the top, and then bring it all the way down. Now this time you're going to take hold of your hands. You're going to reach your arms as far forward as you can and drop your head down. So we're getting a nice stretch into the upper back. And then you're going to sit up nice and tall again, hands back down on the mat. Arm goes over again. So we do another stretch over to the side. And then bring it all the way back down. And then the other arm goes up and over the top. And then all the way back down. Fabulous. Okay, are you ready to come back to side lying? Let's do the other side, shall we? So let's set up again. As we were before, just lying on the other side, okay? And just remember that setup that I taught you through last time, okay? So when you come down onto your mat, draw those shoulders down, both sides, particularly that side that you're lying on, okay? You want to create that nice bit of space underneath the neck there. And then when you put that belt on, use that hand again. So as you breathe out, you're going to push that top hip away, lengthen out through the top here, get that sense of lifting the waist out of the mat. And you've got to keep that on, so we're all switched on while you do your exercises. Okay, are we ready? We're going to float the feet. Float the feet, even if it's only a couple of inches. Let's go into our clam. So here we go. We're going to breathe out. We're going to open the knee and close the knee. Breathe out, open and close. And again, we open and close. Breathing out, breathing in. That's it. Wonderful. That's looking good. So remember to keep the pelvis nice and still on this one. Okay, so don't force the knee open if it doesn't want to go. Just work within your own range. That's it. Wonderful. Looking good. Okay, here's the last one. Wonderful. Okay, we're going to keep the feet floating. Can we open out the knee again? We're going to do those little pulses. So we're going to pulse the knee up to the ceiling. Press, press, press. Keep the leg going. Press, press, press. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll bring the legs down. We'll bring that top leg up into our rest position. Wonderful. Okay then. Right, legs back together. Time to come back up onto the elbow again. So you're going to push yourself up again. Okay, you're up on the forearm. Okay, elbow at the shoulder, knees are bent. Make sure you've got that nice lift through the waist. Okay, so we're going to lift the hips. The arm's going to go over the top on the first one. Remember, you don't need to lift the hips. You can stay on the mat. You can just do the arm. So we've got that free arm out to start with. Here we go. Take a breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, we lift and reach, and then breathe in to lower. And again, breathe out. Lift and reach, and then breathe in to lower. Wonderful. And again, here we go. Lift and reach, and lower. That's it. That's looking good. Keeping the shoulders down really well. Fantastic. 3 more. Here we go. Lift and reach. Have a breather if you need to. You can come down onto the mat. You don't have to stay up. That's it. Wonderful. Here's the last one. Lift and reach. And lower. Push yourself up. Give those shoulders a little roll. Right. Next one. We're going to lift the hips. We're going to stay up and we're going to go into our clam. Don't forget, you haven't got to lift the hips again. You can stay on the mat. You can do the clam from here, or you can lie down on the mat completely and do your clam from there. Hands on the hip, free hand on the hip this time. Make sure you've got that nice lift through the body. Take a breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, we're going to lift the hips up. Hold it there as you open and close. And again, we open and close. Let's open and close. That's it. Keep the shoulders down really well. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. 2 more. Here we go. Breathing out, breathing in. Last one. And then we'll come all the way down onto the mat. Push yourselves up again. Another little shoulder roll. Last one. Okay. So this time we're going to lift the hips and open the knee and go into the clam at the same time. Okay. Again, you can stay in this position on the mat and just do your clam. You haven't got to do the lift. Free hand is on the hip. Ribs are lifted. Are you ready? Nice deep breath in. Here we go. We breathe out. We lift and open the knee and close. And again, lift and open and close. Lift and open and close. That's it. Stay strong through the center. Keep that belt on really well. Open and close. 3 more. Lift and open and close. And again, open. Here's the last one. Wonderful. Push yourself up to sitting. Give the shoulders a little roll. I think we'll come back into sitting again, shall we? So again, you can use your supports to sit on, or you can sit directly on the mat if you're okay like that. That's fine. Legs together again, sitting up nice and tall, sitting up on those sitting bones. Arms crossed. Let's go back to our rotation. Here we go. So as you breathe out, we're going to rotate round to the left as far as you can go. And then breathe in to return. And again, we breathe out, we rotate the other way. And then we come back to sitting. And again, breathing out, rotate around. And come back to center. That's it. Wonderful. Being nicely lengthened up through that spine. That's it. Rotate around. And center. Here's the last one. Rotate around. And center. Hands by the side of you. Little side of body stretch. Take your left arm up and over the top. Nice big stretch. And then bring the arm all the way down. Then the other arm goes up and over the top. And then bring it back down. Oh, should we finish with a little spine stretch this time? So we're going to separate the feet. Hands are in front. Sit up tall to start with, then drop the head down. Reach the arms forward. Get that nice stretch through the length of the spine. And then roll yourself all the way up to sitting. One more time. Here we go. Drop the head down. Reach the arm forward. Nice big stretch. And then roll yourself all the way back up to sitting. Wonderful. Okay, we're going to change position. So you'll just need your towel this time. We're going to come face down onto the mat. Okay. So what we'll do is, shall I show you? Yeah, let me show you what we're going to do. That'll probably be easy before you come down. There's one exercise that I'm not sure. I don't think we've done it before. Okay. So I'll show you what we're going to do. Okay. We're going to start off with the dart. Okay. We're going to do our basic dart with the head float. Okay. We're going to do some more pulsing on it. Okay. So let's just use that. So what we'll do is we'll do our dart in the usual way. Float the arms, float the head. We'll do a few of those first. And then we're going to stay up. We're going to keep the head floating. And we're going to pulse the arms up to the ceiling. Okay. So we're going to do some more pulsing. Okay. Easy enough, okay? We've done things like that before, okay? Now, from there, what we're going to do, we're going to bring the arms round into swan position, but then what I want you to do is just to take the arms slightly further in front of you, okay? So they're still bent, but your hands are just further along the floor. Your palms of your hands are going to be down on the floor, and what I want you to do is to straighten out the arms, float your head and breastbone up off the mat again, okay? So what you're doing is you're pushing your hands into the mat, you're extending through the spine, so we're trying to get a little bit more lift if we can, okay? Now it's really important on this one that you don't really force yourself up into that position, okay? So I just want you to do it nice and gently, just have a little go at it, press the hands into the floor, just lift yourself out of the mat a little bit and just use your arms a bit more. So you're just pressing your hands into the floor. Don't float up too high. If you feel any discomfort in the lower back, stop, don't go any further, okay? But I just want you to test how far you can go to see if you can extend just a little bit more than you usually do through the spine, okay? But you want to be careful with, don't force it, don't push yourself up too high on that one, okay? So we'll have a little go at that in a second, shall we? So let's come down. Let's do the dart then to start with. Now I think we'll do the legs slightly differently today. We normally have legs together for this one, don't we? But we're going to have feet hip width apart, arms down by the side of you, forehead resting down on your towel. Now make sure you've got that belt on. Draw in the abdominals, squeeze your bum really well, because all of that is going to help us to support the lower back. Arms nice and relaxed. So we're going to float and reach with the arms, float the head as well. So we're going to take a breath in to prepare. And as you breathe out, you're going to float the head. You're going to reach with the arms as much as you can. And breathing in, you lower back down. And again, breathing out, float and reach with the arms. And breathing in, we lower back down. Off we go. So we've got that little head float. Make sure that you're always looking down at the mat as you float that ahead. Don't look up in front. Keep squeezing your bum because we don't want to overwork the muscles in the lower part of the back. So if you squeeze your bum really well, it'll target the muscles more in the sort of the middle part of your back. It'll stop you from floating up quite as high. So squeezing your bum is really useful. Couple more. Here we go. Breathing out. Float and reach. And lower back down. Here we go. Here's the last one. Breathing out. Float and reach. And then lower back down. Wonderful. Okay, shall we do little pulses? So this time, you're going to float your head. You're going to stay up there. And we're going to pulse the arms to the ceiling. So here we go. Keep that belt on. Breathing out. Floating up. Reaching with the arms. Here we go. We're going to pulse the arms up to the ceiling. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Keep the arms nice and straight. Pulse, pulse, pulse. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to relax back down. Now, this is where you're going to bring your arms into swan position. But just reach them a little further forward so the elbows aren't quite as bent. Palms of the hands are on the floor. Squeeze your bum. Keep the belt on really well. Now, if you breathe out, press your hands into the floor. And then just try and straighten your arms. Think about straightening the arms, and it will just lift you out of the mat a little bit, okay? You don't need to lift too high. We're just trying to encourage a little bit of extension through the spine. And then we're going to come all the way back down again, okay? We're only going to do it once. We're going to bring the arms back down by the side of us. We're going to go back into the dart, and we're going to pulse the arms again. Here we go. So you breathe out, you float the head, reach with the arms and pulse, pulse, pulse with the arms. Keep the arms going. Keep them nice and straight. Pulse, pulse, pulse. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax everything back down. Bring the arms back into swan position again. Take them slightly forward again. Palms of the hands on the floor. Shoulders are down. You press the hands into the floor again. Trying to straighten out the arms just a little bit. Trying to get a little bit of extension through that spine. And then lower yourself all the way back down. Wonderful. Okay, we're going to come up onto all fours. So we can come back into shell stretch this time. So we're going to raise the arms forward. We're going to get that nice stretch through the spine. And then we're going to roll ourselves back up to sitting. Okay, so from here, we can go into a nice little stretch for the legs and the hips this time. So I think we'll come up into high kneeling, shall we? Okay, so we're going to have one foot in front of the other. I'll show you what we're going to do, okay? We're going to take the arms up to the ceiling. We do this one a lot, okay? From there, we're going to bring the hands down onto the mat. You're going to straighten out the front leg, stretch out the back of the leg, okay? And then repeat. So that's what we're going to have a little go at. So you're going to start in this position. Make sure your foot is in front of your knee. It'll make it easier to straighten out that leg in a minute. Belt is on. Lengthen the strap through the spine. Arms to the ceiling first. Here we go. So we breathe out. Arms go up. You ease yourself down into that stretch. And then you come all the way back up, taking the hands to the floor, leaning forward and straightening out that front leg. So you get a nice stretch down the back of the leg. That's it. Bend the knee. Sink down again. Send the arms up to the ceiling. And then bring the arms down, hands on the mat. Straighten out that front leg. And then we do it one more time. So we reach up to the ceiling. Bring the hands back down onto the mat, straighten out the front leg, nice stretch down the back of the leg there. And then you can come all the way back up to the top as we're going to switch the legs over and do it on the other side. So again, make sure your foot is in front of your knee. Belt is on. Arms to the ceiling first. Here we go. So the arms go up. We ease ourselves down. And then we bring the hands down onto the mat, straightening out that front leg. And we take the arms up again. Nice big stretch through the hip. And then hands come down, lengthening out that leg again. One more time. Here we go. Arms go up. Hands come down. Nice straight leg. And then we'll come all the way up to the top. Back onto two knees. Wonderful. Okay then. Should we finish off in all fours? Let's do a little bit of work in all fours then this time. So we're going to do a little bit of stability work. So we're going to do swimming arms and legs, which always seems like a nice basic exercise, but actually it's more challenging than it looks because we're going to be doing swimming arms and legs. So we're going to be moving opposite arm to leg. You've got to make sure that you stay nice and strong in the centre. You don't want any movement through the centre of the body. It's only the arms and legs what are moving. So you've got to keep the belt on well, keep the shoulders down well. So we're going to set ourselves up in all fours. Okay, we're going to take the left leg out and swing the right arm forward on the first one. So here we go. Take a breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, we lengthen out through the arm and leg and return. Switch sides. We lengthen and return. And again, we lengthen and return. That's it. Keeping those shoulders down well. So remember, no movement through the center of the body. Only the arms and legs are moving. How are we doing? Looking good. Here we go. Lengthen and return. Two more. Here we go. Lengthen and return. Last one. We lengthen and return. Sit back into shell stretch for a second. Give the wrists a little roll. Okay, back up into all fours position. A bit more strength work this time. We're going to do our baby plank. So we're going to have the toes tucked under. It's the one where we float the knees off the mat a little bit. Are we ready? Shoulders down, belt is on. Take a breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, we float the knees up and lower them down. Float the knees up and lower them down. And again, we float and lower. That's it. Do a float and lower. Breathing out, breathing in. Last one. Wonderful. And then you can sit back into shell stretch again. Another nice roll round of those wrists. And then roll yourself back up to sitting. Okay, let's put those two exercises together. We're going to go back to swimming arms and legs. 2 swimming arms and legs, 2 baby plank, and repeat. Okay, so back into all fours. Shoulders down, belt is on, the back of the neck is nicely lengthened. We're going to start with the left leg and right arm. Here we go. So as you breathe out, you lengthen out through the body and return. And again, we lengthen. Here we go. Tuck the toes, baby plank. So we do a lift and lower. And again, do a lift. Back to swimming arms. Here we go. We lengthen and return. And again, we lengthen. Tuck the toes, baby plank, we lift and lower, and again do a lift, swimming legs again, here we go. So we lengthen and return, and lengthen. Baby plank, here we go. Float and lower. Can you go through it one more time? Here we go. Swimming legs. So we lengthen and return. Let's lengthen. Tip the toes. Baby plank. Last time. We lift and lower. Let's lift. Hold it there. Can you go up and hold it? See if we can go up and hold baby plank. Here we go. You breathe out. You float the knees up. You hold it there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees. Sit back into shell stretch. Nice big reach with those arms. Give those wrists a little roll around. Wonderful. Roll yourself back up to sitting. Okay, let's finish off with something a little easier. We'll do a bit of cat mobility and a bit of threading the needle, I think. Okay, so we'll come back into all fours again. We'll do the cat first. So here we go. Belts on again, shoulders down. Take a breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, you're going to tuck the tailbone under, tuck the head under. Arch the back up and over as much as you can. And then breathing in, we come all the way back down to that neutral position. And again, here we go. Breathing out, tucking under, arching the back up and over. And then come all the way back down. One more time. Here we go. Getting that nice stretch through the spine. Wonderful. We're going to come back to neutral. We're going to go to threading the needle. So we'll start with the left hand, shall we? We're going to thread the left hand through the middle, keeping it nice and close to the floor. Reach through as far as you can, and then slide the hand all the way back so we can do it on the right hand. So you breathe out and you reach through the middle as far as you can. Breathing in, you come all the way back. And again, we feed the left hand through the middle. And then we bring it all the way back. One more time. Here we go. Feed the hand through the middle. Come all the way back. 2 hands on the mat. Let's sit back in the shell stretch. Big reach with the arms again. Wonderful. And then we'll roll ourselves all the way back up to sitting. Let's come back into sitting to finish off with, shall we? Okay, so we're going to come back into this position. I'm going to face this way this time. You can sit on something again if you want to. You can sit on your supports again. Okay, so you're sitting with your feet and your knees hip width apart. We'll have the hands down by the side of us. Sitting up nice and tall. Your back is nice and straight. Look straight ahead. We're going to swing the arms to the ceiling. So you're going to take a breath in, swing the arms all the way up. Hands are nice and wide. And then swing them all the way back down. Then we do it again. So we breathe in. And breathe out. And again, breathing in. And breathing out. Last one. Wonderful. Separate the feet. Let's finish with the spine stretch. Hands in front. Drop the head down. Nice big reach with the arms again. And then we'll roll all the way back up to sitting. One more time. Drop the head. Reach the arms forward. And then come all the way back up to sitting. Fabulous.